Which one of these debit cards is the best? In this video, we are reviewing all 5 CRO debit cards. We're going over their cost, their staking rewards, their perks, and much more, and comparing them to see which one is the best for you. For those of you that are new to the channel, my name is Ben. I've made over 6 figures trading crypto, and I want to teach you guys everything that I know. First thing we're going to look at for these cards, we're going to start with the Midnight Blue. We're going to start with cost. So for the Midnight Blue card, it's free, and so for that cost, we're giving it a 9 because it's free. For the Ruby Red card, you need $400 worth of CRO stake for 6 months. And so for that one, we're giving it an 8 out of 10. And that's because it is still an amazing deal and you get like a ton of perks with it and one of the best returns for your $400. And then the Royal Indigo and Jade Green, it's about $4,000 worth. And so we're giving it a 7, so it's still great. And the reason we're giving it a 7 is because the cost to what you get is still really great for it. And then for the Icy White and the Rose Gold, it's a little bit more expensive. We're giving it a 4 out of 10 because it is very pricey. And then for the Obsidian, you need $400,000 worth of CRO stake for 6 months. So we are giving it a 3 out of 10 because it is very pricey. Moving on to staking rewards, for the Midnight Blue and for the Ruby Red, you do not get any staking rewards. So for both of those, we're giving it 0 points because it does not apply. But then for the Royal Indigo and the Jade Green, you get 10% on that CRO that you're staking. So $4,000 worth, you're getting 10% back on that, which is awesome. And so we're giving it an 8 out of 10. For the Icy White and the Obsidian cards, you get 12% back. And so because of that, it's the best staking rewards that you can get. We're giving it a 10 out of 10 for both of those. All right, now we are moving on to Crypto Earn. So Crypto Earn, for Midnight Blue, you do not get the perks of Crypto Earn, so we're putting none, so that will give it a 0. For the Ruby Red, it's about between 1 to 10% APY depending on the coin. I think some of them are even 0.5% like for Bitcoin, and so they move from like 0.5% to 1.5, and it's a little bit smaller percentages. And so because of that, we're giving it a 5 out of 10 because it works well. It does as expected, basically. Moving on to the Royal Indigo and the Jade Green card, it is about 1 to 2% more than the previous rewards, even up to almost 3% more. And so that actually makes a huge difference for a lot of these coins. So you can actually earn up to 12.5% with like Polkadot. And so because of that, we're giving it a 7 out of 10 because it works great. Icy White Rose Gold is actually the same as the Obsidian, and it's 2% more on the locked up coins. So for all the locked up coins, you can earn an additional 2%. And on the flexible ones, it actually is the same. But because of that, the extra 2%, then on the locked up coins, we're giving it a 9 out of 10 because it is fantastic. We're giving these a value based on the perks compared to the cost. And so for the perks for the Midnight Blue, it's 1% cash back paid out in CRO. For perks, we're giving it a ranking between 1 and 10 just based on what these perks are for the card. And so for Midnight Blue, you get 1% cash back paid out in CRO. We're giving that a 4 out of 10. It's pretty nice. There's a lot of cards that give you about 1%, credit cards, debit cards. So it's pretty average. So we're giving it a 4 out of 10. For the Ruby Red, you get 2% back and you get free Spotify. And so we are giving that a 7 out of 10. And then for the Royal Indigo and the Jade Green card, you get 3% back paid out in CRO, free Spotify, free Netflix, and also airport lounge access. If you don't know how the airport lounge access works, go check out my recent video I did about the Jade Green card. So from those perks, we're giving it an 8 out of 10 based off of that. Moving on to the Icy White and Rose Gold, you get 5% back, free Spotify, free Netflix, free Amazon Prime, airport lounge access plus 1 guest, 10% off of Expedia up to $1,000 a year, Crypto.com private, exclusive merchandise, welcome pack. And this is just an insane amount of stuff that you get for it. For the Icy White and the Rose Gold cards, you get 5% back, free Spotify, free Netflix, free Amazon Prime, airport lounge access plus 1 guest, 10% off of Expedia or $50 a month or up to $600 a year, Crypto.com private, which is basically an exclusive newsletter from crypto.com, and then exclusive merchandise, and that includes a hat, a hoodie, a t-shirt, and a mug. We gave this an 8 out of 10 for the ranking. And then for the Obsidian card, you get 8% back, and you get all those same things, except you also get 10% off of Airbnb up to $100 a month or $1,200 a year. And then you get private jet partnership, which is basically just a one-way trip and a free alcoholic beverage. And so because of that, since it's not like a crazy amount of additional things, I gave it a 5 out of 10. Next is the free ATM withdrawal per month. For the Midnight Blue card, you can get $200 and then a 2% fee after if you withdrew more than $200 per month. And so we gave that a 7 out of 10. Ruby Red card, you can get up to $400 per month, and there's a 2% fee after that, and we gave that a 5 out of 10. And then the Jade Green and the Royal Indigo, it's $800 and a 2% fee after that per month, so we gave it a 5. And then for the Obsidian and the Icy White and Rose Gold, it's $1,000 and 2% fee after that, and we gave it a 3 because it's not very much. And if you were going to withdraw cash, you'd probably need to withdraw a lot more than $1,000, so then you're going to be hit with that fee. Now moving on to the ROI after 1 year. So for the Midnight Blue, for all of these don't apply. For the Ruby Red, it's about 113% after 1 year. For the Indigo, the Jade Green, it's about 48%. For the Rose Gold and the Icy White, it's about 37%. And for the Obsidian Black card, it's about 35% ROI after 1 year. So based on those numbers, we gave the Ruby Red a 10, the Royal Indigo Jade Green an 8, Icy White a 7, and the Obsidian Black a 7 as well. So after 5 years, the Ruby Red card gives you almost 1,000% return. The Jade Green is about 550%. The Icy White and Rose Gold is about 500%. And the Obsidian is about 450%. So we gave those rankings a 9 for the Ruby Red, a 9 for the Royal Indigo Jade Green, and an 8 for the Icy White Rose Gold, and a 7 for the Obsidian Black. Next, ROI after 10 years for the Ruby Red is about 3,600%. For the Royal Indigo, the Jade Green, it's about 2,400%. For the Icy White and the Rose Gold, it's about 2,100%. And for the Obsidian, it's about 2,000%. So we gave those rankings a 9 for the Ruby Red, a 9 for the Jade Green, a 9 for the Rose Gold, and an 8 for the Obsidian Black. After 20 years, you get a 36,000% return on the Ruby Red, you get about a 33,000% return on the Jade Green, and then you get a 46,000% return on the Icy White and the Rose Gold, and then you get about a 41,000% return on the Obsidian. And the reason that these percentages go up is because of the stake and rewards, because you get higher stake and rewards for the higher tier cards. And so for that, we give the Ruby Red an 8 out of 10, the Royal Indigo and Jade Green, we give it a 10 out of 10, and the Icy White and Rose Gold a 10 out of 10, and Obsidian 10 out of 10. Now the last category is my thoughts on what is best for most people. The Midnight Blue, I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. It's pretty nice for being a free card. It's perfect for a lot of like teenagers that are just have a debit card and they want to start to get into crypto, but they don't have money to buy. This is a good way to get your foot in the door and to be able to earn some crypto passively just from your spending. For the Ruby Red, I give it a 10 out of 10 because it is one of the best debit cards out there, and for only staking $400, you get free Spotify and you get that 2% back. I think most people would love to have the Ruby Red card. And then the Royal Indigo and the Jade Green, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10 because I think the same thing, it's for most people. It's a little bit more pricey, $4,000. Not everyone has $4,000 to invest in one of these cards, but if you do, it's totally worth it with all the perks you get, and your ROI for it will be pretty insane in years to come. And then the Icy White and the Rose Gold, I give it a 7 out of 10 just because it is very pricey. And so yes, all the perks are amazing that come with it, and it is a great card to use. Ideally, it's not the best for most people because it is more pricey. And then the Obsidian Black, we give it a 4 out of 10. Same kind of reasons. It's just really, really expensive. A lot of people don't have $400,000 sitting around that they can invest in one of these cards to use. And so for that reason, I give it a 4 out of 10 because it's not likely that a lot of people will be able to use this card. And then so based on all of these, we added all of them up, and the grand total for these are Midnight Blue, 27 points out of 100, Ruby Red, 71 points out of 100, and Royal Indigo and Jade Green is 80 points out of 100, and Icy White Rose Gold is 74 points out of 100, and the Obsidian Black is 66 points out of 100. The winner is the Royal Indigo and Jade Green card with 80 points. And the biggest reason why it's the winner is because of the staking rewards. If the Ruby Red card did have staking with it, I think it'd be the obvious winner, because that's just the one thing that it's missing to put it on the higher level with these other cards. And so I think the Royal Indigo card and the J Green are the best ones for you, and you will be so glad that you got one of these cards. If you do want to sign up for one of these cards, use my link down below, and we will both receive $25 worth of CRO, and I'd really appreciate it if you did. And if you want to follow my trades and my investment strategies, check out my Patreon. And if you also want to learn more about how I trade, you can check out my course down below as well. And I appreciate all of you for watching my videos. Remember, as always, keep it in the green.